There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks. Welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from, I don't even know, the North Pole, where the world is falling apart because Operation Zero Tolerance is in full effect. That's right, folks. We're here to discuss episode 8 of X-Men 97, part 1 of the 3-part finale titled Operation Zero Tolerance. X-Men 97 is the hit animated sequel to X-Men the Animated Series, and we've been following it throughout its 10-episode run. And good goo moogly, when this show wants to deliver, it delivers. With me, as always, is fellow Yonko, DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, are you team OZT?
Zero tolerance for mediocrity, and sometimes it's enough.
Ooh, enough. Correct. Goodness, listen, this episode was so big. Of course, we have some supernovas with us here tonight. Let's hear who will be joining us to discuss Operation Zero Tolerance tonight. All right, look, I'm gonna kick it off like this, okay? This finale did 4 really good things, okay? 1, great setup for the final conflict. 2, dare I say, some of the best X-Men action across the X-Men media, movies, film, video games.
Does this top the White House scene in X2?
We'll get there because we might, we'll get there. Top tier writing continued with great dialogue and great story elements. And then lastly, the greater 90s verse. It's real.
It's real. It's the 90s cinematic universe. It's real.
It's real.
Connectivity. Ooh.
Weebs.
Dumb.
It's real.
This is
We're
what's
so happy.
No, you're so happy. This is what sells it for you.
It didn't sell me, but it's a big part of what made this episode great. That's all I have to say. Part 1. How did y'all take it?
It was fantastic.
Right? There's a part 2, right?
There's 3 parts.
There's 3
There's 4
parts.
episodes.
This is
Okay,
part
cool.
1.
When you said finale, I literally was like, bitch, it's the finale.
It's part
Oh my
1 to the
gosh.
finale.
Got it. Well, she did eat. I left no crumbs. She was really good. I really liked this episode a lot. And shout out to Zaddy, what's his name? Magneto. I said Zaddy Magneto was lunch. And you know what happens? What they do with the gays? They always bring him to the top. And that's why he did. That's right. Zaddy Magneto Dalday Daddy.
He's had enough.
Enough is enough. That song by Barbra Streisand. Great song.
No, like this episode was amazing. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I just can't wait for the next 2 parts.
And then Grandmaster's favorite part was just, the connectivity to other, Marvel properties. That was it. That was the only good part.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, I know who that is. He's from the other show.
There's actually a couple of people from the other shows, but we'll get into it later. They'll come out sporadically throughout this podcast. For those listening, we're going to take it kind of in chunks, but not go in sequential order of what was presented to us. That is okay. But goodness gracious. Yeah, no, I just think this episode, and obviously it'll come more to light as we discuss. There's one quote that I think really sells this episode for me. And it's a simple quote, and it's not even the best quote, but it's the quote that I think what makes X-Men so great as a whole, if you really understand the source material, and I'm going to say it right now, like all good art, it imitates life. If you truly understand X-Men, you will get an episode like this, and it will hit home because of, if you are in tune with what's going on in the world, that is when X-Men truly works. When you explore those themes, those real world contexts, and I think they are nailing it here. I mean, they have been this whole time, and to varying degrees of success throughout the X-Men franchise, but I think we are peak X-Men here. This might be peak X-Men outing of all X-Men.
Of all time?
Okay, Pastor Hooper, y'all heard that? He said in Xavier chapter 2 section 3, thou said art shall imitate life, and therefore now we're here. Okay, biblical. She said amen, sister, or X-Men, sister.
Oh, oh, X-Men.
X-Men,
Oh,
sister.
wow.
X-Men. All right, y'all ready?
I guess.
All right, let's get into it. We're gonna kick it off. Let's talk about Bastion and the Sentinel Prime threat.
Is his skin purple?
Yeah, his skin is purple.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. I don't know if it was like a lighter shade of like white from the other characters.
Bastion?
Bastion, yeah.
He's definitely purple.
He has like a hazy purple.
Okay. I guess it's because of he's sick.
Just a question.
Yeah, I mean, we get the reveal that he's basically
He's a mutant.
I don't know, the Sentinel baby they always wanted.
Correct.
He was born this way. He's born evil.
Lady Gaga.
Right.
Shout out to you.
They pulled a Kyle Reese. The Kyle Reese is that Sentinel weird goo thing that they sent to the past so that the future can happen. So they sent that Sentinel goo thing to latch on to his dad's junk or some nonsense, and then then we get Bastion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said it's
he's
from
pretty-
like
he's pretty
Nimrod
much
or
a-
something.
Nimrod, that's right.
So like in the comics, he's pretty much like a fusion between like Nimrod and Master Mold. In the comics, but pretty much he's like he's an android.
Oh.
One hell of an android, because I think it's just kind of crazy, just this idea, because what they're trying to paint is, mutants. They said it great throughout the show with regards to humans got to be ready for mutants, and Bastion and his DNA basically said, no, we're gonna meet you halfway there and go ahead and take you out, which is crazy because it was just supposed to be humans hate mutants, they don't want them there, but now he's over saying not only are we gonna get rid of mutants, we're gonna evolve past mutants to form the next dominant apex species. Hey, look, it's Apex.
Period. That's me. Also, the what's that brown-headed bitch that likes the blue beast guy? She said, she was like, oh, go figure. It takes a mutant to beat a mutant or whatever. So they're like basically like these android mutants and whatnot. Yeah, I don't like that blonde lady from the UN either, because she also definitely was in on this shit and knew about this Bastion shit about the whatever. But all to say that it's funny how the humans were so scared of mutants, right? And they're all like, oh, anti-mutant. But sure enough, there's a bunch of humans that step up to want to be these like android mutants to take out the mutants, which are they're literally becoming the thing that they were scared of in order to beat them. But then they're literally that.
It's the hypocrisy of it all.
Yep.
It is straight hypocrisy.
It's the hypocrisy. Although
Life.
during the episode, I think he also says it's like, oh, they don't remember what I did to them though.
Some of them don't even know what they're signing up for.
Some of them don't even know. They're pretty much sleeper agents.
But it's crazy, but the people who signed up for it,
Yes.
they do indeed hate mutants.
Exactly. No, yes.
So just to be clear, the people that ended up turning into Prime Sentinels or whatever they're called, though they actually at some point they willingly signed up for whatever this was.
He said he found them in dial-up chat rooms, just spreading mutant hate And so, which is art imitates life. You know, those folks live out there, you know, these hateful ass people.
So that reporter that was feeling up on Beast, being freaky
she's
with
in there.
him.
She's in there. She's in there.
Wow.
Trust
Damn.
these hoes.
Wolverine said it best. I gotta teach Hank how to pick better women.
She just wanted to get freaky. Wow. What a weirdo.
Yeah, right? She wanted to get freaky. She wanted to kill him.
What? She was two-faced. She was two-faced.
She's super two-faced. And then we also get the future. Okay, ooh, this is good. This is good. When Cable starts explaining kind of where Bastion comes from with regards to the future, where not only man, now they're not even trying to get rid of mutants. They are trying to enslave mutants. So it's like, first you want to exterminate them, commit genocide. Now they say, you know what? Hold up, that's dumb. We could put these folks to work. We just got to be able to beat them down should they rise up. This is insane. This is crazy.
It's the Viltrum rights. Just kidding.
Oh, wow. Wrong mythos.
But when I saw that, I was just like,
No, and,
layers,
and no,
layers.
And then like the way he also describes it, because everyone's like, you know, they're asking him, so like the future is absolute shit and all that kind of stuff. And the way he first says it, no, it's actually a utopia. But and then comes like the but. It's like, yeah, it's like mutants are just slaves. They're completely enslaved. They have no rights. They're just labor that they're beaten down both physically and psychologically and emotionally.
And I love it how he too says Xavier's dream did come true.
It did come.
It did usher in a bright and peaceful future, but with mutants as its backbone.
Yeah,
And
that was a really good line.
And I mean, is there like a system in place where like it determines who has to be the workers and who are the aristocrats? I guess like is this
If you can't throw hands, your bitch is gonna be working them hands in them fields. That's basically what the fuck they said.
I guess.
I mean, you could take it back to however you need. Yeah, they might have a whole little I don't know, an itemized thing of what these abilities can do and where you're best suited. Because the idea is that Bastion, and again, he's milking some of these lines. He said, you know, I offer these folks to be relevant again, knowing humans are on the way out towards irrelevancy.
No, but and it's so also Bastion takes a very, again, there's a lot of similarity, again, like real life coming in, you know, immigrants. Oh, it's like, it's gonna get to the point like, yeah, I can just give this job to a mutant instead of 50 workers because a mutant can like lift an entire house on their own, and kind of playing on people's fears. Like, you know, it's like, oh, they're taking your jobs away.
Oh, they're taking our jobs. Mutants are coming over here.
They're coming in. They're taking your jobs. They're taking your opportunities. You know, everything you work so hard to obtain.
Why should I pay for mutant health care? Mutants can self-heal.
You put a southern drawl on that.
Oh, but and it was I found that like, oh, this is witty. Okay, they're taking this approach, and again, real life, the tie into real life is just great in this show.
Truly.
Yeah, no, it's Bo DeMaio, and I think someone else was credited here. I think they knew to go ahead and really push the idea of kind of just this xenophobic type nature, this discriminatory nature, and it just so happened. And again, we're gonna keep coming back to this idea of life imitates art because it's throughout the entire episode. But let's get into some of the behind the scenes with OZT. OZT has some strong financial pockets funding their operations, which I did not think it was that deep. It's deep.
Stark Industries. Stark Industries. I knew it.
We did not see Stark Industries. No.
The Brazilian mom. She's a bad girl.
Oh,
Wait,
was that what it
Latveria?
was?
I don't know, but I think she's a part of it, and definitely the UN too, because that blonde bitch too. I'm telling you, they definitely are into it.
Those are not who I was referring to.
Who are you referring
That's
to?
who it is.
Who are
Dr.
you?
Doom? Latveria?
Oh, those, yeah, the secret round table, right?
Yes.
Doom.
Who was
Right.
the lady? Was that who's that? The one
I
that
didn't catch the lady.
It was Kamala Harris.
Oh my
Come
god. She wouldn't even.
Just kidding. She wouldn't
in
fund this shit.
'97?
Hell no.
I don't even think she was in politics at that point in '97.
You know, I don't even think mutants are real, guys.
Either way, yes, Doc Doom is here. He's just like,
Correct.
make sure I don't get hit with no war crimes for my participation. And then you got Baron Zemo
Yeah.
here.
Mm.
I'm like, Zemo? So everybody just hates mutants.
For no reason.
I thought Dr. Doom, of all people, would be at least pragmatic enough to see the value of a mutant. But no, he said zero tolerance, baby. He said, F the mutants.
Well, he
F
sees them.
Reed Richards. I'm
Well,
done.
he sees them as a threat. Possibly. I don't know.
He's just a bad guy.
You know what
Also
this
that.
confirms, though, right?
So that he's evil.
The Fantastic Four show is connected to this one, and it's a '90s verse. It's
The
all
Fantastic
connected.
Four! The Fantastic Four, they're coming!
Ghetto.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm
It's,
just kidding. I like Fantastic Four. I like the Invisible Girl.
like-
And the Human Torch. Right there. I like
What
them.
what are their names? What are their names?
They are these nuts, bitch. I don't know.
I love them. The one that turns invisible. I love her.
Man.
All right, I can know somebody and not know their name.
not that they need to be here, but again, it's cooler with the idea that, you know, this is an established universe. The shows established it back in the 90s, and it's nice to see that they're picking it up here. Okay, it's cool. We got Captain America last week. We got Dr. Doom and Baron Zemo. But let's take it an even step further. Going back to the Utopia idea, Wolverine asked the most important question of the night. Why didn't you stop Genosha? Did y'all pick up on what Beast was putting down?
What do you mean?
Sure. Wolverine.
Beast, when he explained,
Oh.
oh, you missed it. You
Oh
missed
no!
it.
Oh yeah!
Canon
What he
event.
said. It's a
It was
canon.
Across the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, it's not a canon event.
Yeah, it is. It has to happen.
No, but canon is Spider-Verse canon is different. Leave that away.
Justice for Miguel.
Listen, remember Strange Supreme
Sure.
when he tried to save what's her name?
His wife, yeah.
Not
Or
his wife,
whatever. Sure. Yeah, the lady.
And he couldn't do it, right?
Right.
Because it's a fixed point in all timelines. And when Beast heard Cable's explanation, what did he say? He said, strange. And then he said, Carmartage.
Oh.
Mm.
Missed that? Did y'all miss that?
Yes, I did miss.
No,
that.
I
Oh,
heard
you
it.
missed
I
that?
heard it. I just didn't
So, like,
care.
No, I think it's like so. What I mean is like I heard it, but I didn't make the connection. That's what I'm trying to say.
Come on, this is big. This is huge. Either, well, you know, the multiverse, obviously, you can play with it all you want to say, oh, this is just a multiverse timeline. But I think it's just cool. Again, they're playing with the greater Marvel universe. And we're not just strictly, you know, caged in with only ideas and factions that are featured in X-Men. That's cool. You're not chained down to whatever was only introduced in an X-Men comic. They recognize that this is a shared world. Dr. Jace, it's cool.
I guess.
I guess.
Whatever. It's a big deal. It's cool. Maybe Doctor Strange will come. Doctor Strange was in the 90s Spider-Man series.
You know what? If y'all in the comments think this shit is cool, y'all can agree with Grandmaster Hoop so you can shut these other dweebs up.
Oh, they're with me. They're with me. They know the greater 90s something is coming. Something is coming.
Will
Okay.
this be the Yonko Civil War?
As to
No.
what makes a good show, cameos and references to other Marvel properties, or just
What
the
makes
show
a good
itself?
show is hot people. Zaddy Magneto can get it. He's good. He could stay. You know, Cable could also kind of get it too, honey. I know he was a little baby in the beginning, but he's a grown-ass man now. Also, throw in the fucking producer, Mr. DeBio. He's fucking
Mayo.
him. I saw a picture of him. He's so hot too.
Oh my, this is not why we asked you to be here. All right. Speaking of Cable, any more thoughts on OZT? As far as the inner workings and mechanisms, I think all of it displayed here, the reveal and everything really works. I think OZT is a great portrayal of just a real threat to these folks.
Yeah, playing on people's fears, and really just like easiest way to kind of like get people like together towards a certain cause is to try to find them a common enemy and just point them in the right direction, and using people's fears to create that enemy. And we see it all the time in the real world.
They also did it with the UN girl because she lets Magneto go because she's like,
You're getting ahead.
oh, get ahead. Sorry.
You're getting ahead.
Oh,
Cut it in post.
We'll come back. We'll come back to her. Don't you worry. Now, you did help lead in to our next topic, which is the Summers family. This is a Summers outing. You get a great little time with the Summers clan, father and son back together again. Did we like the portrayal of Summers, clan Summers?
it was okay.
I
Yeah.
like that.
She
It
was
had
cute.
It had some funny moments because like when they were just like blasting everything, it's like, you go in the back, Nathan. It's like
He's a baby.
Oh, and telling her to put the seatbelt on. He's like, you don't
It's
put
like,
your
put
seatbelt
your
on.
seatbelt on.
But that's great
No,
because
that was like funny because it just like it floats so well.
And it's
But
funny.
it's-
It's even funnier because Cable's not even fighting back against it. He just kind of
Yeah,
lets
he
it
just,
all
like,
happen.
accepts it.
oh god, do you understand why? Do you understand why?
Go ahead, tell us.
Go ahead. Tell me how it relates to Spider-Man from the
Mansplain it.
'90s verse,
It-
and then how it ties into the Incredible Hulk '90s television series. Go
It's-
ahead.
Listen, it's great because Cable is in this weird place where Jean looks just like his mom. They share DNA, and then you even had Jean in the beginning, also kind of with these weird kind of, how do I, form this relationship with him? I have one. I don't know what to do with it because she's not his mother. She's not his mother at the end of the day. And then your boy Nightcrawler, he might be the MVP of the episode, maybe, because he be
Just
dropping.
say he is.
He be dropping wisdom.
He's that girl. Love her.
He said, what did he say?
He said, "I'm not blue enough."
That's what Mystique told him. It's a little messed up. He said, blood is blood. Family is a choice.
He also mentioned about how he's like, doesn't matter that it didn't happen to you, but what matters more is how you feel about it, because she has literally all of Madeline's memories in her. So she literally was talking about, how she remembered everything, like holding him. And she's like, it's really mostly about feeling, because, family, like you said, is a choice. So that was really good. I love that. She ate that. And when you talk about the Summers, it was really fucking cute that they were all fighting together. They had that cheesy ass line, which I get it. It's a girl show.
that toaster line.
Let's get the Summers, show them how the Summers family can do. Yeah, boom. I said, ew. But it was cute. Also, the Porsche did not
They
need
had
to
to
get
throw that cheesy
broken.
line.
The Porsche did not need to get broken. When that bitch jumped out of that shit and said that the
Yeah,
Porsche
how did that
break in
thing
back,
make
I
the
was like,
landing?
Gene, young force field can't pull that fucking Porsche, bitch. You could have saved that Porsche for later. Hell nah. But you know what? They ate that. They did their little thing. So go them.
Yeah, no, honestly,
That scene was cool. I liked that scene. Like that entire just like action sequence of the Summers family.
that action sequence is only capitalized by it. Yeah, it was just again, they're eating up with these themes. Yeah, the chosen family bit, as Apex said, with the feelings versus doesn't matter why you were there. It's really working. I don't know, like I like when Wolverine says, or like when Wolverine steps up to Cable and Scott's like, sit down, Logan, and he's like, ooh, daddy's home. I was like,
That was just weird.
that was funny. I don't think it was necessary.
No,
But
like Logan, like Wolverine, just like either he drops like bombs of wisdom, or he's just like, I'm gonna stir the pot right here. That's
yes,
that's
right.
all. That's pretty much like Wolverine in this show is either I stir the pot or I'm gonna drop some wisdom here.
He's a little messy. We like a little mess. I think it
Yeah.
worked. Yeah. But no, I think it works too with regards to, Cable and Scott having to come together. Like he said, like, you're 300 or 3 centuries too late for the whole overprotective dad bit. And I was like, man, Scott's really trying out here, the fact that they also talk about how he sent his son to the future for a better life.
And they got separated in the time stream.
That is so
But
funny.
Also,
Bishop messed up the instant he freaking left.
Like,
The millisecond he stepped through, it was a nightmare. He lost
That'd be
it.
hilarious.
like, I
That'd be
got
hilarious.
this,
He goes,
don't
"He's
worry. Trust me. Oh, shit.
Like, literally, he's probably like, Bishop goes in the time zone. Bishop's like, I swear, I just blinked, man, and he was gone.
don't do Bishop like that. We can't have another potential black father figure
What the fuck?
failing.
You brought it up, not me.
Art imitates life. Is this what you're fucking
No,
trying
I'm
to say,
just trying to
bitch?
say art.
Is that what you're
imitates-
saying?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, justice for Bishop. I'm sure he's doing something that's not his job right
He's
now.
trying.
Relevant, I'm sure.
Bishop
But-
was like, damn, like, where the hell did I draw Nate?
What
What are we still looking for?
He said.
Sorry, no,
Nathan,
sorry,
you
not
stay-
where the
Nathan-
hell, when the hell.
No, he said, Nathan, you stay right here. I'm gonna go get some milk.
And then he's like, "You're not my dad." Goes away.
Either way, Nathan is back because why? Gene said it best. He needs his father.
Everybody needs a daddy.
Correct. With that said, we had some other big things happening. The Xavier reveal took place. So now everybody thinks the X-Men were essentially what?
They were
I
trying
wouldn't
to
say
they were trying to
They're
gain
lying.
sympathy.
They said that they
From-
lied about it
Yeah,
to
like-
get mutant support.
like propaganda.
Yeah, they painted it as the way the news story broke out was that they painted Charles as a martyr to gain sympathy for the mutant side, which that news bit at the in the beginning where it said I don't know, mutants exposed.
Exposed, yeah.
It felt like a TMZ or Daily Mail.
Is that what it said?
Yes, it had the letter.
Exposed, yeah.
It said exposed. But yeah, I feel like we didn't get any reactions from everyone seeing that Charles was alive. I felt kind of
Charles
disappointed.
can fucking walk. What the fuck?
He didn't walk
He
in
was
this episode.
standing though.
No, yeah, I mean
in
he
the
was
news
standing.
feed.
2
Yeah.
feet.
I thought maybe Scott and Jean and the people that are like the mom and dad of the X-Men. I thought they would like freak out and have
They
like
knew
a.
he was alive. That's what we were talking about last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Remember,
right. Yeah.
the X-Men knew he was alive.
Right, because of the canon thing that happened at the end of the original series.
Correct.
Okay.
And I mean, they brought it up too. They said, Gyrick. Oh, actually, God, Bastion's lines were eating too. He said, you can only bully an underdog for so long before they start feeling sorry for him. And he said how Gyrick ruined it. Gyrick shot Xavier, and then they were able to gather this sympathy. And he's like, no, man, you did it wrong. Like, we don't bully the underdog. You put it down.
Hmm.
Right.
that was a good line.
I made up that one about the put it down bit. But
Oh, wow.
Kudos.
It
Problematic.
The credits in the appendix of this freaking podcast.
It
Funny-
was a good line regardless.
interestingly enough, did you notice who was talking on that news bit?
Wasn't it that news reporter? The lady? No?
No.
Oh,
it was an old man.
Stryker.
Stryker.
Who?
Stryker. Yeah.
William Stryker. Stryker.
Who?
I don't know.
X-Men 2.
Oh, the guy, the one who gave the
Wolverine his
adamantium?
metal claws. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Work.
It's cool. It's an Easter egg.
It's a reference.
Connectivity.
He's not this war dude. He's actually a religious fanatic.
Interesting.
So, it's just cool. He's there. It's cool. If you notice, you notice. Whatever. I thought it was cool.
Woo! We love cool things.
Right.
All right. Shall we get into the meat? Y'all ready for the meat?
I love the meat.
All right. Let's
No.
start with, okay. Operation OZT. Sleeper agents, as Dr. Mondo put it out. They wake up. And again, it can be something so simple as Bastion put it. He said a mutant could flirt with you at a bar. And then boom, you kick in.
So you see, there's like a little bit of a problem with that with me, because why the fuck didn't that brown hair news reporter bitch just take out the beast when she could have a while ago?
She was gaining the information with regards to, do I need to destroy?
Hey,
this
but also no,
building?
and also didn't Bastion just like kind of like flip the switch?
Yeah, I was like, I thought they planned that attack.
Yeah, I think it's like Bastion flipped the switch.
Yeah,
He's-
because
and-
for
yeah.
me, like what, and this could go two ways. When the X-Men go and raid that bitch's house, the childhood house,
Bastion's house.
and sees the mom says to X-Men, she's like, oh, you guys weren't supposed to come until tomorrow, right? So there could be two things, right? So either it comes tomorrow to come pick her up because they're picking up the mom and she thinks that they're also like not mutants, but I don't think that's the case, because how y'all said they can see mutants. So I think it's that Bastion planned this. He thought that he was gonna get a surprise jump on everybody, and then the X-Men were gonna try to get Bastion at his house, you know, and then she was like, oh, I'm not gonna see y'all tomorrow. And so they were planning on the X-Men retaliating like the next day at that house. But nah, this is definitely planned, I feel like, because how did all of them get turned on? Like literally every single one of them get turned on, and they all start doing everything.
Yeah, that was
over.
yeah, that was he flipped the switch. It's like, I'm gonna activate all the sleeper agents now. Boom.
I just flipped the switch. Flip the song.
This is top tier Sentinel action. The thought, like, obviously, you know, we talked about the evolution of the Sentinel. But this is crazy to think about, honestly, because now you see a 10-foot robot coming.
You
can't
but you
trust
don't
anybody next to you.
No,
But
it
I don't
honestly
know, it was a little bit bigger.
No, the Sentinel.
Yeah, not 10 feet. It was probably like a big,
Fine,
bigger,
like
bigger.
50 feet.
No,
Yeah.
but it like when Hank is like, you know, oh yes, I'm going to use you know, the
Thing to find them, right?
to find them. Yeah. And he's like very chill, you know, with his booty call right there. And then out of nowhere, when everything starts lighting up, and he's like, oh fucking shit, oh shit. And then like he sees behind, oh shit. It's like just everything goes to crap right there.
It's like that Billy and Mandy episode where Puddin gets beat up by the rabbit. Love hurts, Puddin. When she starts wailing on Hank.
Can I tell you
Poor
something,
Beast,
Pudding?
man. Imagine Beauty and the Beast gone wrong. Imagine if Belle was a racist and started whooping Beast's ass.
Is that what the fuck this bitch did?
That's what
exactly what she
X-Men
did.
race.
There's what she
The
gave.
mutant race.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess there's that. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That
Like,
would
there-
be hilarious.
She'll be like, Taylor, it's all test time.
I mean, she kicked him through the ceiling.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. The humans that are Sentinels now, they're pretty strong, but they're not as strong as the bigger Sentinels, because Genosha, those big Sentinels, like wipe the floor with
The
them.
Genosha Sentinel, the three-headed one, that's different.
That's like the top Sentinel.
That's its own thing. That's its own thing. I don't even know really what that thing was. But no, these Sentinels are strong. They're shooting blast out of their hands.
Yeah.
They're flying around.
Yeah, they're going Iron Man on just like flying around.
Right. They're going Iron Man. That would have been cool if Iron Man came out. He's like, bitch, y'all took my costume.
Connectivity.
Connectivity in our Marvel verse. Wow.
Cable has Jarvis. Or whatever.
Not Jarvis. Stop.
No, it's her sister, Siri.
No.
See,
But
stop
she has something.
gatekeeping.
That box, bitch. She said that box is like, and said something.
She did nothing. She said one piece of exposition. That was it. So yeah, I guess whatever. Apex thought Juggernaut was there, and I had to say,
I keep thinking that every time this bastard turns into someone, I'm like, whoa, this guy's here? Juggernaut. I thought he was there too for a second.
Yeah, like
I thought he was there every time I see
I always
him.
forget about Morph. And
I see what's the fast guy?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. I'm like, oh, whoa, Quicksilver's here. And I'm, nope, I forgot. It's Morph. It's Morph.
Yeah. If you've been paying attention, you'll be like, who the fuck is, how did he get here? And it's like fucking Morph. But Morph is such a gag, and I love Morph. Morph is like one of my favorite ones on there because Morph is always fresh, because Morph is something different every fucking time.
Yes, I like that about him, because he could have just copy and pasted the same abilities over and over again. I like how they say he's met a lot of mutants. He's gonna use every single one. He's not Kakashi from Naruto that uses the same damn jutsu every single episode, despite him being the copy ninja that should know 1,000. But I digress.
So why do I have to copy the other ones when I could just use this one and beat you?
well, I think he saw Beast get kicked through the ceiling and said, I need some power. I need some muscle. Juggernaut it is. It's
Correct.
the Juggernaut, bitch.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh, you remember that one? That YouTube?
I remember the clip from X3.
No, it's based on the YouTube clip.
I don't remember.
It's all right. It's okay. People have been wanting animated Wolverine to do stuff with his claws for the longest time. When you're a Y7 show, Wolverine's claws are pretty much like useless.
Like Donatello's swords. I'm sorry, Leonardo's swords from
Correct.
Ninja Turtles.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you are Y7, knives are no good. So in the original series, unless Wolverine was fighting a Sentinel, it was a boring fight.
He would parry with his claws.
I don't think he did anything.
He didn't stab, but I bet you he like deflected,
Yeah.
maybe pushed.
Meow, bitch.
Like a scratch,
Meow.
probably. A scratch. There was no stabbing. He could not stab. He was not allowed to.
Could not stab, could not draw blood. And they got away with something here, because I say this might be the best. I haven't watched Wolverine anime in a long time, but this might be the best Wolverine action animated wise that we've seen.
Honestly, like the animation of this entire sequence, like Wolverine fighting, kind of just like falling through the sky and
Falling.
and impaling all the the Sentinel sleepers. It's just like, and just landing there. It's like, yeah, like I'm fucking indestructible. It's like I'm gonna rip you guys to shreds. And then like the other scene that we're seeing it in Dr. Jace's background, Zorro Nightcrawler.
Hold on. Let's
Give
build
it
this up.
justice. What's the
build this
quote
up
that
correct.
transitions into it?
I got 6 reasons why you don't want to do that, bub. 9, mein Freund. 9.
Ooh, onigiri.
Cute. Anyway, the fight sequence was great. They were cutting up in that sequence. And also, I don't know, maybe like y'all could tell me too. I was like, that little fight sequence when Mr. what's his name, Nightcrawler is like hopping around everywhere. I was like, it's giving Castlevania Alucard right here with all this fucking and I was like, ooh, this is so freaking good. And when they're back to back and they're just like jumping around and beating these people, that was good. And
That
when
was really
Nightcrawler says, oh, I need to get these people out of the way because he got to save Rogue, and then they do that sequence where they teleport to that other side with Wolverine having his claws impaling this people. Oh, that was so freaking good. Shout out to whoever animated that. Shout out whoever choreographed that.
I love
y'all
it.
did that.
I love it when shows always show us like kind of like a peek into something like this when it comes to teleportation. You know, like how Goku does instant transmission and he teleports somewhere. It's like, what is he seeing when he teleports? Well, what's that process like? And you kind of see it here with Nightcrawler, where I think Wolverine hangs on to him and he like teleports, and it's like this trippy like sequence. And I thought it was really cool. I thought it was neato when he pulled him through like that.
No, that was great because you don't typically see the Nightcrawler first person point of view.
Right.
And like for him, he was fine. Wolverine's like, what the is this?
Is this what you see
thought he
every
was going
time? Oh man, I loved it. I loved
Yeah, no,
it.
that scene ate. Studio Mer killing the game. But the folks at Marvel Animation, you know, they are the ones drawing and simulating this. You know, Studio Mer just strings it together. But yeah, no, that was beautiful. One, we hardly ever see this version of Nightcrawler where he's a master swordsman.
Is that because we were seeing it in the intro? So with him with the swords. Like, is that something that's part of his character, or is that just like a neat little thing they did here?
That is comics. That is comics.
So he does use swords. He is like a swordsman.
I don't think in every iteration, but there are well-known iterations where he is a sword master.
Hollywood's Nightcrawler did me dirty.
They said Y7. You can't cut someone. It's a knife.
Even in the movies, the shows, I never knew this bastard used swords.
What would be nice is if he had like his own little artillery set, like in a shed somewhere, and then
And he
just
teleports
there
back
comes
and forth?
back and then
Oh.
gets the shit to kill people.
You're asking for too much.
Oh
I'm
man,
just asking for common
Remember,
sense.
he's a priest. He's a priest. Remember.
These
a
priests
priest
with
that
their fucking
stabs
hands.
people?
Right, girl.
These aren't people. These are Sentinel.
These are
Prime.
not
They
people.
lost- they lost their humanity.
Wow.
but also the fact
So
that
kill
they
him.
can be-
Kill him.
Yeah. Also, they can regenerate. That's fucking crazy. He's like cutting them up, and they're like, and putting them back together.
no,
Oh
But
yeah,
they
Logan
think
like
they're
cut like one dude's both their arms off.
Yeah, and they have this like tongue thing. I'm like, oh girl, what is
Actually,
this?
the more we talk about it, it is very much giving like T-1000, I think. Whichever that one.
Oh,
was
from
due.
Terminator. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little.
I'm like, how do you kill them? Like, and then it does take to like when Magneto does his thing, I guess. But I'm like, damn,
Well,
they
they're
just
not.
don't fucking
those,
die.
Those aren't dead. Those aren't dead.
They're just turned off.
God, we should have talked about Jubilee and Roberto first
Because no one
Nightcrawler did.
cares.
Oh,
Well, there's one thing to talk about Jubilee, and we could segue into it, which is Grandmaster Hoop noticed about the one of the Sentinels is a fucking used in both or whatever.
oh,
The
some
Letterman-
animation shortcuts.
Yeah, animation shortcut. The Letterman jacket boy. When y'all look at that scene, you see the one on the right for Jubilee, and he crashes the house, and he's like, "We're only here to kill mutants." He's also inside where the X-Men house is too. So I said, how is he in both?
Oh,
places?
wait,
Something
wait,
got a twin, or they're on the same team, or I don't know what.
Wait, are you saying they copy paste like a design for like
They
a?
sure did.
Wow, I didn't even
Yeah,
notice.
but like, wasn't he just killed? Oh no, not with the X-Men, with the Summers family. He gets like shot by Cable in the cave, and then he's also there at the Jubilee thing. Unless he's like
Wow.
a Sentinel Nightcrawler.
Nope,
He, like,
call him
teleports.
out. Call him out.
It's a shortcut. It is what it is.
Copy paste.
Mm-mm.
Yep. But Roberto, he's finally out.
He's fine. Yep.
Hooray!
Welcome
He
to the
picks
club,
up-
baby. It's great to be out here.
Come on, Dr.
He's
Jace.
power.
It's fine. I don't mind Roberto.
You don't care.
We don't care about. No, you said Jubilee. We gotta catch up with Jubilee and what her little shenanigans
She's
are going
back
on
at the
to.
mall being chased by Sentinels.
I
Care
guess.
about the 1010 of X-Men?
That
I'm
was-
kidding.
Oh
That was
no,
the-
that's accurate. That is accurate.
That's not the
Pretty
10.
accurate.
Goodness, give her some.
No, I
credit.
like Jubilee. Jubilee's that girl. I like that she plays the video games.
The
and
girl
shit,
that's
too.
1010.
Which I like 1010 too, even though she was useless. But Jubilee's not that useless. She just does fireworks.
She needs to
Well,
get a
well,
control.
You just said she's the 1010 of the X-Men, aka she's useless.
Hold up now.
Own
1010.
it.
1010 sealed away some of those folks during the war. Jubilee, once she learns how to use her powers, because goodness, Roberto's better than Jubilee right now.
It's like,
What if
it's
Jubilee's,
funny,
like,
it's
ultimate
Jubilee,
move?
You've had years. You've
What
had
if Jubilee's like ultimate
years.
move is like she can like nuke people, like with her fucking fireworks? She just straight up fucking nuke.
I would like to see it.
Wait, really?
I would hope to
No,
see.
she's gonna do the Rasen gun that she did with her older self.
With this fireworks and shit.
Yeah, firework Rasen gun.
Honestly, it would be so gag worthy if she does a Rasengan and she's like Sasuke and poof and just fucking blows up a Sentinel.
Well, I guess Naruto debuted in what? Not 97.
Actually, yeah, I think like 97, 98.
Ooh.
Yeah, manga wise, yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Maybe Naruto's canon.
Or no,
Either way.
99. Oops.
99. We're done. Either way, we got to check in always with Jubilee because, you know, the mother, Roberto's mother, represents that nasty kind of financial gain type of, you know, submittance to turn yourself in, Roberto. Like, that was a little sad.
She's
That
also
was
fucking that
sad.
twink. So shout out to Roberto, you know, keeping it for the twinks out here. But also, what is Roberto's power to? Because Roberto just turns into like
He's
like,
Solar energy.
solar energy. That's why they call him Sunspot.
Oh, cool. Well,
Now-
it was nighttime when you did his power.
I was going, well, technically the sun's always shining somewhere.
Through the moon, I guess.
Oh yeah, through the moon. Yeah, maybe.
Which I don't know. I don't know how he didn't kill Jubilee when he picked her up when he's with his sun powers on. I don't know. That didn't make any sense. But sure.
Maybe he's not that hot.
Yeah. Well,
sure.
I gotta see him in human because you know animated is different. But what was I gonna say? Also that mom's a bitch. She didn't stand up for him and she let them take him away. And I was like, either she's in on it too, or she's just like, my stakeholders are here and I don't want them to.
I think it was more.
you know?
I think it was the stakeholders. It was
Well-
more like she has to keep up an image, and
Yeah.
and she thought, like in her mind, the image was more important than her son.
Well, that's why she said the line. She was like, oh, we gotta help those poor people of Genosha, unlike you X-Men. You know, she's going with the crowd, you know, wherever most people side with, that's on the side of righteousness, she's gonna side publicly, but behind closed doors, it's not true support. Or when push comes to shove.
She's basically like every corporation that does like something that you're like, oh, like we support this. Yeah, you're doing it for the money. You're not
Or
doing it.
politicians.
She definitely put a
the
black
right
box on her
reasons.
Instagram during the freaking protests because she's that girl. She's like, oh, yep, I'm here, I'm supporting, but she's not really out here supporting because she's a hater. I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
Mm-mm.
They really made us hate her in less than 2-3 episodes.
Yeah.
About
What happened to the
goodness.
sun? What happened to the sun?
But what
Uh,
else?
That
See
was
what
an
happens when you
that
talk
was an
shit about her?
EMP. That was
When
an
you
EMP.
talk shit about her, she
The-
does the stuff.
What was that, Dr. Mondo?
That was an EMP. That's why
All you see is
Grandmaster has
RT.
lost like all power. Oh, there we go.
You just put it in
Electromagnetic
post.
pulse.
Either way, let's get to what is probably the meatiest scene, because this was a whole monologue.
All this meat.
Valerie Cooper, who a lot of people thought was going to be Mystique in disguise, it's not the case.
I got vibes about that. Yeah.
I did too. But she's a very interesting character as far as, you know, some folks think she was in on it the whole time. I don't think that's necessarily what happened, but I think apparently Bastion was in every episode of this season.
Allegedly, except for one particular episode. I think that was three.
Probably the Mojo.
Three.
Mojo, yeah, the
the
Mojo.
Jubilee
No,
one?
three.
Yeah.
The
Mojo Vision.
That's not the Mojo
right?
Vision one. 3 is Goblin Queen. I think
Oh,
it was
Goblin
that
Queen,
one.
Okay, gotcha.
But
So with
yeah,
With that said, you know, they keep saying with the ideas of dominoes being put in place, I think she was led to believe what would happen on Genosha was not going to be a massacre,
Yeah.
you know. But obviously, she has seen the error of her ways.
she.
And-
Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, no,
let's
I was
do it.
I was gonna make a comparison. It was giving Mr. Incredible and Mirage. I didn't know those children were on the plane, Mr. Incredible.
Wow, she was not French.
I just gave her that Mirage had an accent. I just gave her one. But this scene was giving that. Come on. Mr. Incredible Magneto strung up after witnessing like the loss of in Mr. Incredible's case, like his family, but in Magneto's case, his mutant brethren, and then, you know, the lady, the UN lady, I just call her the UN lady. She sees the error of her ways. It's like, oh no, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I didn't know kids were on that plane.
It's like, sorry. It's like, yeah, but it's like too little too late. It's like,
Yeah, say that's a fucking Madeline and fucking Gambit, bitch. You fucking killed them. Hate her.
She was complicit.
Yep.
But unlike Bolivar Trask, who tried to take the easy way out, she's going to try to redeem herself. Did we talk about the Jesus-like pose Magneto is in right now?
Oh yeah, like
Justification.
Magneto is pretty much mutant Jesus right here.
Well, he's strung up. And actually, timeline-wise, I feel, ooh, this might be good. Has it been 3 days since Genosha?
I think you're
man. Is that what
stretching
you're trying to
this.
say,
I think you're stretching it, but
So who is that UN girl? Did she make him rise?
I don't know, but it's just stay with me. Let's pretend it's been 3 days since Genosha.
You know what? It could be biblical. Go.
You're
ahead.
right. And Gyrick is Pontius Pilate.
Wow. Okay, girl. Gyrick did not the one that killed him, bitch. Gyrick could have been. I don't know what Gyrick could have been. But sure, he's risen. He's risen.
He has risen. And I wanted to quote the whole monologue of hers. It might be too long, so I took the best chunks of it. If you will have me.
She said, "You're a monster," and he said, "I was born this way." Hashtag Lady Gaga. Love her.
That happened. That wasn't part of the monologue.
Go do
All
it.
right. Well, the key points of the monologue is deja vu. And I thought this was so good. Eating. Humanity always ends up in the same ugly place. And Magneto knew us better than Charles ever could because he knows that we know better. Tragedies are like deja vu. Then we go about our day. And what was the scariest thing about Genosha? She says, it's the only thing that you couldn't possibly think when you're running from giant robots trying to crush you. And what was that thought?
Magneto was right.
Here comes Pastor Grandmaster Hoop reading the scriptures from chapter Magneto.
Magneto was right.
Enough.
Yeah, I think two things could have been right here. Magneto is definitely right. That these bitches ain't gonna give you no mercy, and they fucking gonna hate on the mutants and shit. I do think the UN girl, she probably had a good intention. She's thinking like, oh, the humans need to find some way to, give the mutants give themselves a playing field. However, just because she let Magneto go, and yes, that does save the world, she's still gonna get wrecked. They didn't show it on screen, but I'm sure Bastion is gonna turn her into a motherfucking android or some shit, or it's gonna be some problem. And she got to atone for that because she literally killed not a civilization, but like a nation of people.
She was a participant to genocide.
No, but it's
Literally.
She also notices when Magneto is strung up, she notices the prisoner tattoo.
Mm.
In
Holocaust,
German.
No,
And they say the Mandela.
no,
thing.
that's
Mangala.
Mangala. God, you said Mandela. Jeez.
Mangala. Wait, which one?
Bro.
No, Mangala. So hold up. To Dr. Mondo's point, that is very astute of you to point that out. Because what does that remind her of? Is that mutants are humans.
Yeah.
Mutants are humans. He suffered just like every other human suffered during the Holocaust.
And it's not only that, it's like in a certain way his Holocaust never ended.
This is a lot to say.
His Holocaust never ended.
His fight never ended.
His fault. Yeah, exactly. Like his persecution didn't end with the Second World War just dying off there. It's like he's been persecuted this entire time.
Dr. Jace, what's R. Kelly's favorite line?
God,
I don't know what that is. What?
Fighting for my life.
Oh, I'm fighting for my life. No, why are you comparing this?
I'm just saying.
I ain't about to get canceled on this.
No, it's the fact that Magneto has been fighting his entire life.
He hasn't stopped.
If you're gonna
And honestly, it was good to point out too, because he's been fighting his whole life against humans, non-mutants. He's not fighting against other mutants. He's not fighting against extraterrestrials. Humans have put Magneto in his place in the Holocaust and right now as he's Jesus-like strung up on this. Actually, it was an X.
It's an X.
Yeah, that's.
Whoa!
You just noticed that now?
Yes, I did.
Terrible.
He's on the X for X-Men.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, the show is called X-Men.
that's
Oh,
crazy. Oh
I
my
the
God.
connectivity.
It's like,
I like this.
You know, for the first time, he tried he tried to give humanity a chance.
He really tried, yeah.
He really tried. And like he has no reason to. He's had no reason to give humanity a chance. And he did so out of the request of his best friend. And it's like he gave them a chance. And what happened? He knew what was going to happen and he still gave them a chance.
I think he reached the point that he said not to get here. He said, don't make me let you down.
Yeah.
I think we've reached it. I think he's been let down.
That's it.
Also, great plot twist that could potentially happen if Magneto's also still bad too. That would be freaking crazy. But when Magneto does the EMP thing at the top, yeah, he takes away all the robots and like lights go out for like the world basically. If that were to happen, that would be catastrophic.
Extremely.
I need you to
Everything.
build this up more.
What do you mean? He just.
Oh, like what he does?
Yes.
He's
Okay.
the master of
He's
magnetism.
butt naked, just floating up to the
Yeah,
North
in
Pole.
this cold ass weather, bitch. Let me fucking tell you something. Have you ever been fucking butt naked in the cold?
But-
It sucks.
No, can we? Yes.
The
master
magnetism
of
is protecting him.
The master of magnetism goes to the strongest magnetic point on Earth to amplify his power.
I also wonder if you did that like now, like scientifically speaking, if like the Earth would like stop rotating or some shit.
Earth
That
would
be
collapse.
Fucking crazy.
The Earth would not be able to take it.
Could you imagine, bitch? That'd be fucking nuts.
But look, they said go off Omega level
Mega
mutant.
level.
Go off because that EMP genius, by the way, it spanned the whole world. We even saw it span Japan. Who do we see in Japan? The Silver Samurai, whatever.
Who is that?
Oh God, that is.
It's okay.
Right, yeah. Why don't you know all these Marvel
I'm not saying
characters?
why don't- it's not
Allow me
that,
to
it's just-
explain.
It's
No, I just
it's
don't
a
want
classic,
that.
Pull up the
kind of like a classic
Wikipedia.
villain
No,
of-
they
of
already come
Wolverine.
for our throats enough. Let's not like put a target on our backs.
Oh my god, just get to the real meat and potatoes.
I'm getting to the meat and potatoes.
Who is he?
The he's just a Wolverine mutant rival from his Japan arc.
Okay, cool. Next person.
The Wolverine 2013. He's in that one.
Oh, that's him. Okay.
Not
Mhm.
as accurate as the comics, but he's there.
But that's who he is. Okay.
Correct.
Mhm.
We hit Russia where we see Omega Red.
Yeah.
Cool. And
Comrade.
Correct. And it even hits New York City.
where we see Superman.
They're gonna come for us.
Where we see Tom Holland.
That is
Tom
not,
Holland. Tom Holland's crying over the Zendaya movie.
that's not Tom Holland. That's not Tom Holland.
How do you know? He didn't speak.
That is 1998. That is CDB. Christopher Daniel Barnes.
CBD?
How do you know? He didn't say anything.
Like the cannabis?
Christopher Daniel Barnes.
How do you know it's him? He didn't say anything.
CBD.
Bo DeMaio said that's the same one from 1998. That is him. He is here.
I didn't hear him say shocker, so.
Go ahead, do the shocker.
Shocker! You can't kill me. I'll chase you to the end of the earth. Oh no, you can't escape me. You can't escape me. That's what it was.
If the real Mary Jane loves Peter Parker as much as I do, then she's gonna have a great life or something like that. Can you do the scream when he loses Mary Jane?
No!
Mary Jane!
Beautiful.
It's Spider-Man, the animated series. It's a connected 90s Marvel universe.
X-Men 97 is so good. It's so great. Oh my goodness.
I swear we were watching the episode. He was about to have a fucking seizure.
Oh, I bet.
Of excitement. He's like,
This was the best part. This was the best part.
I did listen. The first watch, I've watched it 3 times now. The first watch, I definitely was like, oh, I think I did the Leo.
what was that again?
The Leo, the oh.
Oh, I thought you were like, oh.
Sister.
Listen, this is huge.
It was all right.
Spider-Man 98. That's gonna be the next show.
I don't
want
think
him to
so.
use his
I don't
fucking
think
web
so.
shooters and grab a sentinel and fucking throw it at one other one, and then I'll be impressed. That would be fucking cool. Be like, "Jesus." But, yeah. So Spider-Man's a part of it. So that means that they're all connected. And that means everybody's about to get here.
Well, I guess that's the big question: is that Xavier also arrives. To me, my X-Men, is he calling everybody? Who's he calling?
Who's everybody? What do you
people,
mean?
Just the 4 people that he had in his mind.
I swear that wasn't it.
What? When you say everyone, who do you mean everyone?
Any X-Men that you could probably think of.
So they had to have been an X-Men before, like in this series.
No, I just think if there's an X-Men you want to see, I think he called them.
So Iceman's coming.
Iceman's coming.
Wow. I think it's only the people that were on the silhouette when he called them. They were the ones that
Is he also gay
reacted.
in the animated.
Iceman is gay in the comics. I don't think he's out in the. He came out recently, like not back in the 90s. That would get X-Men canceled.
Oh well, can't get canceled now because the gays are winning.
I think he's calling Colossus. I think he's calling Angel. All hands on deck, man.
Yep.
What about Mystique?
We haven't seen her. He might.
Do we know where she is?
First class.
I don't know where she is.
Hmm.
Rogue better wake up.
Iron Man?
Rogue is probably gonna be wake up at the last part, and then she's gonna like win for everybody.
Iron Man could show up. Iron Man appeared in the Spider-Man series, the Hulk series. It's an interconnected universe.
He's
Iron Man's
gonna-
an X-Men?
He
Man
can
has
be.
appeared in Spider-Man. Iron Man had his own show. He appeared in the Hulk.
Oh yeah, that analogy was because
he an
like
X-Men?
because Venom made out with Iron Man, he then is in the show. What was that
Yes.
kissing analogy?
Sure.
Spider-Man was essentially the crossover hub for the Marvel universe. Well,
So pretty
the
much
biggest-
he was the web that tied everything together.
Well, he's the bigger web because they all appeared in like the Fantastic Four were there, X-Men were there, Iron Man was there, Cap was there. So he's the biggest.
Spider-Man using his spider powers to interconnect the Marvel universe.
I just think with regards to the overwhelming reaction towards X-Men 97, it would be really dumb for I think just X-Men 97 can evolve to be more than just X-Men, but maybe just be a show that interconnects majority of these Marvel shows. But I'll say this with a caveat. They're killing it with X-Men. I don't necessarily need each of these entities to have its own show, but if we can keep incorporating them in some way, not that we have to, I would still be happy.
So yeah, I think it's like there's like a fine line you gotta cross there, in the sense that if you want to, because yes, the Marvel universe is vast, enormous. There's a lot of heroes, villains, a lot of lore, and all that kind of stuff. But what makes X-Men so great is it's kind of like what it does, like tying to real life all these issues. And if you let's put all these Marvel characters here, you run the risk of just making this X-Men show is just a way to show that the Marvel universe is all connected, and you lose the essence of what the show really is. Not saying that they shouldn't like incorporate other Marvel characters, but you got to draw a fine line somewhere.
Well, I think it would be cool because, again, we talked about this previously on our other pods, that, the mutants get all this hate and discrimination and oppression, and these other superheroes, they can very much be on the wrong side of history, Spider-Man in his show, he said, "Why would I want to be a mutant?" Point blank.
You
Peter
throw
Parker's
it back in
problematic.
Wolverine's face. I remember that episode.
I got 6 reasons why.
So I think it would be interesting for the series to explore just how that hate is perceived from other well-known Marvel characters, because I think that's untapped territory that we haven't really seen across the board in the X-Men franchise, probably outside of the comics. The comics is probably the only place you can find that. So I just think it'd be interesting if they go that route. I'm fine either way, but I'm happy that he's here. Christopher Daniel Barnes, Spider-Man.
Cool.
I guess.
Well, check it out. That is part 1. If we got all this in part 1, goodness gracious, I don't know about part 2 and 3. Any thoughts ahead of part 2 and 3?
We need more cameos. I want Incredible Hulk to appear.
Morph.
I want Morph to morph into Incredible Hulk in part 2. Just because he can.
You good?
No, I think it's like, honestly, like, yeah, this was part 1 of the finale, and the way it delivered, yeah, part 2 and part 3, the stage is set.
Who y'all think gonna die? I think Morph's dying.
We know Gambit is dead for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, someone gotta die in this 3-part finale. So who is it gonna be?
Solar
I think
Boy.
it's Morph. Or plot twist. Oh man, it would suck if it's Cable. But I don't know.
I don't think anyone necessarily has to die.
Someone gonna die.
I feel they met their quota when they killed Gambit and then faked Magneto. I don't think we necessarily need another death.
I hope there's not another death.
I don't
But
need one.
I feel like it's gonna happen.
Bastion gotta go.
I guess. What, kill him?
Kill him. Yes.
Wow.
Also, Sinister too. Sinister's a bad person.
Oh,
Mister is a bad
we gotta
person.
kill Sinister too. We gotta start killing these villains.
Kill him.
Well, they let them live this long, and look what happened.
Look at what they're doing.
Damn. Just like you let all these humans live for all this long. Look at what happened.
Magneto was right.
So he just kill us all.
Magneto's not about killing. He's about making sure y'all leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But he said he'll kill if he has to.
Don't provoke the man.
The big question is what's
line.
his step 2 in his this was step 1, shutting
No,
down
it's like,
everything.
honestly, it's like, this just goes to show, like, Magneto, if he, like, really, if he wanted to, he could send humanity into the Stone Age.
Yeah, I get that. So, but from his actions right now,
Yeah,
ideally, what is his step
like, it's
2?
kinda
Is he
like
gonna make a society where
well, what
like-
Wolverine said, it's like, it just happened. Magneto declared war on humanity.
Yeah, no, he's saying what's gonna be his step 2 though.
Step 2,
That's-
I don't know. He's just gonna.
Step 2, he needs to watch his fucking back because he made a huge target on his back by fucking EMPing the world. Like, literally, think about it right now. Like, if someone fucking EMP'd the fucking world, bitch, everybody coming for that ass. You know what I'm saying? So Magneto need to watch his fucking back. That's
correct?
what you do.
That is a consequence to his step 1. What is his step 2?
What are you talking about, step 2, bitch?
In his mind, what does he want to do?
All right, this is what
After this?
After this is not just like I'm gonna EMP everything.
Girl, when you fucking say step 2 with no fucking manual, bitch, we don't know how to read that.
It's his
okay?
step 2. This was step 1, the EMP. What's his step 2 after
Gotta
the
kill these
EMP?
fucking bitches.
Step 2 is to take all the metal that they can no longer use
Oh,
and
okay.
make a giant fly swatter and swat anybody who dares step 2.
Ooh, you know
I
what's
buy
such a
it.
gag?
Or-
I
Such a
buy
gag?
it.
If he can, because you know how, like, well, I don't know, Sentinels are not like metal, right, or whatever. Like, what if the humans are metal because they have like the little? He's able to control the virus, and then he decides to take over Bastion's plan and then take over the world by infecting them. That would be crazy.
Oh, maybe he reverse engineers the Sentinels.
Because he
Yeah.
can control metal, but I don't know if they're metal.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably like some weird type of metal.
I'm
that he
also gonna
can't.
throw out there too. Sinister is a mutant at the end of the day. I know he's like turned against his own kind. However, he might have put a failsafe.
Probably.
Watch us blows them all up. It's like,
Yeah,
I mean-
just I can easily see Magneto wanting to flip the plan. It's like, as in like, yeah, like kind of like the way Cable says it, right? Like Utopia was built with like the mutants as a backbone. Okay, then let's do it the other way around. It's like, and kind of because Magneto sometimes uses it's like we're the superior species. Then it's time we start acting like the superior species.
I think it'll be the most interesting bit of the next 2 parts with regards to Charles being back and whether or not Magneto is truly, EMP stops the Sentinels. Doesn't necessarily mean he's on a rampage. If he and Charles meet up again, that will be the determining factor for what he decides is his step 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
work.
They're so excited. Yeah,
I'm excited.
this is crazy.
Mm.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I believe that's it, correct? Here tonight at the Yonko table on our takes for part 1 of Operation Zero Tolerance. OCT!
Oh.
Thank you for listening to us here at the Yonko table on your various podcast stations, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you for supporting us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube with DrJaceAttorney. And of course, you have your voice to sound off. We have the link on the bottom for the Discord. Please go ahead and join the link. But that is it from us here at the Yonko table. I am your host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, DrJaceAttorney, and Supernovas, Dr. Mondo, and Apex. How shall we close this thing?
9. I am too blue.
Let's just EMP. And that's like the escape button.
Enough.